So it is past 5:30, so we'll go ahead and start the meeting. The February 26th meeting of the Northampton Zoning Board of Appeals. I am David Bloomberg. Joining me are Elizabeth Silver, Aaron Irvin, and Maureen Scallon. Three voting members today would be myself, Elizabeth, and Maureen. And also joining us is Nathan Chung from the Office of Planning and Sustainability, providing staff support to the board. This this meeting is being recorded, and we always start with public comments, if any, on items other than those that are on the agenda. But Nathan, I don't think I see any other members of the public present, other than the applicant for the, oh, you're still muted, Nathan.
I'm sorry, I've been muting to reduce my keyboard noise. Somebody just came in named iPhone. I will let them in just in case. And then,
Okay.
um, hi, the person named iPhone. You can rename yourself, and also I can ask you to unmute if you have any comment that's not part of the hearing, just general comment.
So for the person identified as iPhone, um, this is the meeting of the Northampton Zoning Board of Appeals, and we always start with an opportunity for members of the public to comment on matters other than those that are on tonight's agenda. We have three findings, well, two and a special permit for the agenda today. So if you wanted to comment to the board on matters other than those on the agenda, I think that you could, I believe you can raise your hand. And if we don't see a raised hand, we'll assume you do not want to comment to the board. I'm not seeing a raised hand. Nathan, is there anything else we should be doing before we move on? I think that's probably it.
And did you, sorry, oh, two things. Did you say we're being video recorded?
Yes, this meeting is being recorded. I've said that.
Yeah, and if any member has any public disclosures they want to, I guess they can share
All
it
right.
as the hearing
Good,
starts.
good point.
Yeah.
Yes, I just would put on the record that I know Jody. He's my neighbor and a very good one at that.
And I assume that wouldn't affect or bias
Abs
your review of the application. Okay,
Absolutely not.
great. Okay, so the
Sorry, David. Just for clarity, so Jody Barker is the architect applying on behalf of the property owners. So you are not, Elizabeth, you are not a butter to the property owners,
That's
right?
correct. No, that's correct.
Right.
I
Thank you.
just no.
right. So I don't think the disclosure is required by any conflicts of interest regulations, but there's certainly no harm. So the first item on the agenda for tonight is a hearing for a findings permit. That is, it's the application for a findings permit to continue the non-conforming side setback submitted by Jody Barker for property at 29 Columbus Avenue, map ID 38B-145. The city's file number or file ID is LU-26-2. And notice of this hearing was published on February 12th and February 19th, 2026. The applicable code section for the findings permit is 350-9.3A7, and that is for a finding which requires a simple majority vote, requiring 2 out of 3 members to vote in favor. This is a discretionary permit for which the board must find that the proposed changes are not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming aspects of the house. And I would just point out to the board the distinction for this findings permit application with the third item on the agenda, which is a special permit application for a rear addition. And the reason, and that is a special permit application, even though it's very similar in terms of dealing with an expansion of a non-conforming structure, or in that case, setback by a structure. And the special permit requires a supermajority vote, requiring 3 out of 3 members under 350-9.3 A10. So we're under A7 for this first one. A10 applies in the third one for a special permit, even though the standard is the same, because in that case, the rear addition is going to worsen the non-conforming side setback. It's an expansion of the non-conformity versus this first item, and now I'll go back to it to try to avoid confusion. The first item on the agenda is only a findings permit under A7, requiring a simple majority vote because the proposed uh, alteration continues the non-conforming side setback, but does not increase any non-conformity. If I don't know if that's helpful, but there is a distinction there that we all should understand. In both cases, the standard to apply, including this one, is whether the proposed changes are substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming either structure or use, in this case, structure. So for each of these applications, again, starting with 29 Columbus Avenue, we'll start by having the applicant or their representative present a brief description of the application, and then the board members will have an opportunity to ask questions that we have. And then if there is anyone here from the public who is interested, they will have an opportunity to comment. I would ask that everybody who speaks identify themselves by name and address for the record we're keeping, and that if any public members of the public are here, they address all comments and questions to the board and not to the applicant. So with that long preface, I will ask the applicant to proceed, Mr. Barker, with a brief description. Of course, we all have the file, and I assume everybody's had an opportunity to review the file, but we'll let you give us a description of what your relief you're requesting here and what the project is.
Should I or can I share the drawings
Sure.
on screen?
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Let's see if I can do that. Usually people are doing this for me, so let's see. Let's go.
And
We want
if you have trouble, Jody, I can share it on my screen.
Right, Nathan could help too if it doesn't work.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So what we are proposing is a new bedroom addition off the back of the property at 29 Columbus Avenue. Let me zoom in on the existing conditions. The existing Columbus Avenue. Columbus Avenue is at the top of the screen here. The house sits into the inside of the left side setback by a fairly good amount. It's about 6 feet off at the closest and about 7 feet off towards the back of the house. The addition would be in the backyard here. There's an existing shed on the site that will be removed, and there's a proposed small one-car garage about 275 square feet to be placed in a conforming zoning conforming location at the end of the driveway here. Moving over here to our proposed addition. The idea here is to get make it so the house would be good for a single story living as the couple grows older. So that we'll be adding a bedroom and bath towards the back of the site, a slight enlargement of an existing porch, and then a bathroom ensuite. The garage will be placed over here at the end of the driveway. The driveway will be modified as needed to allow access to the new garage, but not changing the curb cut. The addition is about 500 30 square feet, give or take, for the living space, 180 square feet for the screened porch, and 275 for the garage. Um, the addition will continue the line of the existing non-conforming uh, side setback, which improves as we move back in the site. There's a bit of a strange jog to the site here. So we go from, sorry for the motion sickness as I zoom in and out, 6 ± 6 feet at the front of the house to 12 feet by the time we get to the rear. I think that's
Good.
describes things well. I can show elevations if that helps.
So that garage is not part of this application because it will be conforming.
It'd be
So,
conforming, yes.
so everyone
I
on the
think the
board should-
zoning would allow it to be this close, the 4 foot setback here. But that puts it, the neighbor's house is just as close to the property line as this, and it would basically put the garage right next to their house. So we're trying to get it as close as possible to the owner's house.
Okay.
And
But it has nothing to do with this
but it
application.
has nothing to do with this one. Yeah, everything about it will be
Okay.
Compliant. It's the rear, as we're looking at the plan, left side setback, plan north.
Right. And right now, the existing nonconformity is 6 feet 2 inches.
At the front. It's a slight angle as it comes back here.
But
So
the rear addition is actually going to be 7 foot 2 inches at the closest. So
at the closest, yes.
okay. Okay.
And I think that uh, had we been had the structure been another 4 to 5 feet to the right, then it would be allowed. The non-conforming would be by right, but as I understand it, the need for the finding is because we're greater than 5 feet into the setback.
Right. Okay. Any questions from board members?
I don't have any.
I don't have any.
Yeah. Okay. And once again, it doesn't look to me like there are any other third parties on this Zoom call right now. Is that correct, Nathan?
Somebody just came in named the user. I'm gonna ask, would iPhone and user, would you raise your hands if you have anything to say about this application? And I can unmute you or ask you to unmute. So please raise your virtual hand, or you can also start video if you have trouble raising your virtual hand. So, okay, and you can also rename yourselves right now. So David, I don't think they have any comments. They are not expressing any comments.
Okay. And I noticed from the staff report, there have been no comments from other city departments. Is that correct?
That's correct. And a neighbor sent a letter of support recently.
Is that the one that is in the file already that we've seen?
Yeah, the one named public comment by Bruce. Yes.
Right. Last name.
Oh,
Bruce,
Deb
yeah.
and Bruce. Yeah.
Okay. And that was in favor. They were urging us to approve the application.
That's correct.
It's in the file. It's just a few sentences. So, anyone else on the board with any comments before we maybe have a brief discussion, and then after that we can entertain a motion to close the public hearing, at which point everybody's welcome to stay, but we can have no more input from the public or the applicant while we consider, our vote. And after that, we can move on the application. But any other board members with comments first?
No.
Seeing none. Okay.
I'll move to close the public hearing unless Jody has anything else he wanted to add.
No, I think
Okay.
it's
Right.
fairly straightforward. So.
And it might be helpful for Jody to know that maybe a sort of before he gives up his opportunity to say anything more, to have just a little straw poll. I'm fine with this. Is everyone else feeling fine with this?
Totally. Yeah.
Before we cut off his opportunity to, okay, good.
Yeah,
Great.
I don't see any discussion
Right.
points we're going to need
Okay,
to
good.
have with him.
It does not appear to me to be substantially more detrimental.
Right.
So,
Do I
the,
second
yes,
Elizabeth's motion?
thank you. Yep. And a roll call vote. This is on the motion to close the public hearing.
Yes, by roll call, David,
Yes, in favor of closing the public hearing.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
and Maureen.
Yes.
Okay, that's unanimous. So we've closed the public hearing now. Do we have a motion on the application for the finding?
Would you like to do this, Maureen? Or I
Mm,
can?
I have the paperwork up. Let's see.
Well, I'll do this
Yeah,
one. You
I
do.
moved.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, well, let's give it a go. I move to approve the request for the finding permit for, where are we? There's so many tonight. For the permit for 29 Columbus Avenue as presented tonight. Do I need to reiterate map ID, record number, any of that on this?
I don't think we need
I
to.
don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so that stands as is. I move to approve the request for the findings permit for as presented for 29 Columbus Avenue.
If we have a second, then we can have a brief discussion.
I second it, and
Okay.
then
And
in
then
my
discussion,
discussion.
I think does anybody want to address the fact that it sounds like we all feel that it is not, the proposed change is not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming
That's
aspect of the house.
what he just said.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very respectful of the space. I think it's a really appropriate proposal for good reason, and I'm in full support of it.
Good. And then it fits with I think
Yeah,
it fits
yeah.
in the neighborhood. There's nothing that's sticking out. And I believe the city also is encouraging, I wouldn't call this infill, but it's making the property better suited for the residential use that already exists there and for the owners. So I think that might be enough. Nathan, is that enough for you from your standpoint?
Yeah, so yeah, I basically typed in as three findings items. It is respectful of the space and an appropriate proposal. It fits with the neighborhood and it is making the property better suited for residential use. So those are
Good.
the findings I typed based on what you said.
Great. And so we could have just we need a roll call vote since we're virtual, just
Yes.
on the motion
So
and seconded.
yeah, by roll call. Is the board ready for me to take a roll call, or do you have any more findings you want to list?
I think we're ready, right?
I think we're ready.
Okay. So by roll call, David,
Yes, in favor.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
and Maureen. Maureen.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, am I muted? No.
Yeah, you are, but I heard you now. Earlier, I didn't hear you, but I heard you. Yes.
I'm not muted, but
Oh, okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's unanimous. And good luck with the project.
All right. Thank you.
And you can coordinate with Nathan's office and or the building inspector on the process going forward. I'm sure you're familiar with it, but in
Yeah.
terms of what's involved in pulling the permit, the building permit. And good, very good. Good luck.
Good
All right.
luck.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye.
We have 10 minutes now because the next, I believe, am I right? The next, here, let me look. The
Yeah,
next
you're
agenda
right. It's 6
was,
o'clock.
6 o'clock. So we can either talk amongst ourselves.
Might we be able to use this time to approve the
Minutes.
minutes
Yes.
from the last
Sure,
meeting?
that's a great idea.
Yes. Okay.
Love that idea. So the other item on the agenda tonight, or was it on the agenda? It must have been.
It is. We have the minutes from February 12th, the
Right,
Mount Tom,
right. That's the
the second set.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. So have people had a chance to look over those minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I move that we adopt the minutes.
I would make one correction to spell David's last name correctly on page 1.
Oops, I
Page
missed
2,
it.
Where was
Oh,
it?
page 2. Okay, let me put
Yeah,
that
it's like
down.
Bloomberg.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Let me
Where on
page
the
2, page 2,
where on the
and
page is that, Maureen?
The last paragraph on page 2. I only
Oh, I
know
see
Oh,
that.
because,
right.
Yes.
you
There's an
know,
extra. Oh, good catch.
Microsoft Word did the whole squirrel like squiggly thing at the bottom.
Right. So,
I
I'll
had
correct
no
them.
other changes to that for the
um,
minutes.
just give me a second because I thought
Sure,
I thought something else caught my
we
eye.
have time.
Yeah, just go down. I should have made a note of it. It was so minor, I don't think it matters. But well, if anything, it was sort of a question for Nathan. um, maybe it was Lake Street. Well, I'm not finding it. It was so minor, I did not make a note of it. It was more a question for Nathan as to whether it was the right word choice. But
I thought you might have been asking about the revised plan that went in on Lake Street, and whether we wanted to incorporate that into the minutes, but the minutes do reflect that the rear new garage was in
yeah,
the gravel driveway was not included. So
yeah, no,
I think it's fine the way.
I was comfortable with that.
Okay.
It was one word choice where it made me sort of scratch my head, but I'm not seeing it, and I think
The
they're
one thing I wonder if it might have been this, David, that on what's page 4, first paragraph after the couple of bullet points, the reference to gravel being covered space versus open space. I don't know if that's like relevant here. I guess I don't recall how that factored into our
I
discussion.
don't think it did, but we did talk about it, so I guess I don't see any harm in having it in here.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, what it was is it's the same paragraph you were just in, or in page 4, the first full paragraph after the bullet points. It says Lewis and Lynn. Welch was having technical issues, so the owners initially presented, and my thought, and I think it's overkill, which is why I didn't make a note, would be to add a sentence that I asked, are you certain you're okay with that? Because you have the right to wait until your attorney is available for this. But I don't think there's any need to make note of that, especially because Margot Welch did end up joining successfully and presented the application. So that was it. That's what I was thinking about, and I don't think it's worth changing. So did we already have a motion to approve these minutes?
Yes.
So
Okay.
we need a second from somebody.
Does that say approve the minutes with the correction of spelling of David Bloomberg's last name?
Oh yes, good point with that one.
Yeah, and so
Oh,
yep, yeah, I noted that. Yeah, Chong
Then
corrected.
I'll be that second.
Okay, so I'll take a roll call. Everybody, all four members in the board. Okay, so by roll call, David,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
yes.
Maureen. I
Uh-oh.
can't. Maureen, I cannot hear you.
She just got frozen.
Oh, okay. Okay, unfortunately,
Maureen, if you can hear us, can you turn off your video? That might help. You're frozen.
data issue. I will. While we're waiting for Maureen, I'll ask Aaron. Aaron.
Yes.
Great. So,
Looks like Maureen disappeared. She's probably trying to
okay.
reboot or join in again.
Okay, so all three voted yes by roll call.
Mhm.
I'll
So
make
we
those
don't
edits.
technically need Maureen, right?
Pardon?
We don't technically we don't need Maureen on this vote, right?
Yeah, my understanding for the minutes, it's you just need you need super majority, simple majority to approve the minutes. I
Okay.
guess for the next hearing, if Maureen's not going to be available, um, Aaron can uh Aaron can be in her place.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure,
guessing Maureen will come back.
yeah,
But while we have 4 minutes,
right.
um, I just wanted to clarify, we don't have any hearings in March. Is that what you were, um, is that what you said in the report, Nathan?
Yeah,
That,
so it
that-
seems like the latest March date would be 26th, but I haven't received any application today, which would be the 30-day, sort of deadline. So no new application come in. Oh,
so
and
nothing on the 12th, right?
nothing on the 12th. So nothing on
Excellent.
the 12th and nothing on the 26th, it seems like, unless some emergency comes up, which is unlikely. Denise is the applicant. Let me make her the co-host. Just came in, and Maureen's still not here. And so there doesn't seem to be any meeting for March. It seems like there's no new application come in.
Okay. Do you want to, let me just text Maureen and see if I can reach her. I assume she's trying to get back in.
While you're doing that, we still have 2 minutes. Um, the second Thursday in April, I'm supposed to be in London. I mean, I will be in London. So, in fact, I
And
think I'll be in the Lake District. So,
nice.
yeah, I can't wait. And so, I guess we'll just have to cross that bridge. But I wanted to put it out there that
Well, yes, and I will be in Australia. So
okay.
we're going to
So,
be in all of
so
the,
Nathan, the second Thursday in April looks like it could be problematic. Although I suppose we would have three with the three remaining.
So you mean April 9th? April
No,
9th?
April
no,
23rd.
Oh, okay, 23rd. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
right.
So two members will not be available.
Mhm. Right now, the 9th looks fine for me.
And I probably won't be back in time for May 14th either, is my
Okay.
guess. It's going to be close, but
Wow, that's exciting. And you do want to, for a trip like that, you want to stay for a while.
well, we actually have to bop from there to Austria. So we're
Oh,
going to the, yeah, yeah. So complicated trip, but yeah, we'll probably be gone for a good chunk of time.
So David and Elizabeth will both not be available on April 23rd, and Elizabeth will not be available on May
Probably.
14th.
I have to
Okay.
figure out for sure, but
Okay. Yeah,
not
so
likely.
I'll note that in my little spreadsheet.
and by
Um,
the way, Nathan, if you don't mind making a note, it looks like the fourth Thursday in May, which is May 28th. It looks like I have a commitment as well in Boston.
okay.
Okay. Any sign of
She
Maureen?
never, she hasn't responded.
Okay.
Let me check
Um,
my email just
I wonder
quickly.
if her something just happened.
Like her internet went down.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been happening a lot,
because it got
unfortunately.
delivered, but it hasn't been read. So hmm.
Okay. So I guess we'll proceed since we have a quorum with Elizabeth and Aaron and myself. So we'll go ahead to it's 6 p.m. now. So we'll go ahead to the second item on the agenda tonight. And that is, again, for the people who were not here at 5:30, this is the February 26th meeting of the Northampton Zoning Board of Appeals. I am David Bloomberg, and joining me on the board is Elizabeth Silver and Aaron. Um, sorry, Aaron
Wi-Fi.
Irvin. I was sorry, Aaron Irvin, and then Nathan. Oh, Maureen's back. Maureen, can you hear us?
Yes, my Wi-Fi seems unstable, which is very unusual, but it's happened twice now and it could happen again.
Okay.
So just a heads up, I'm not sure how we should.
Well, one would be to just announce that Aaron will be the third voting member in case we lose you through this.
I think
And the
that's
other is
wise.
you might want to try just turning off your video because I don't know if that's relevant, but maybe it's using less data if you're just audio. So it's up to you. But why don't we agree that the three voting members will be Elizabeth, Aaron, and myself for this application, just in case we lose Maureen and we're not sort of left short. Is that okay with everyone?
Yep.
Okay, good. Elizabeth, are you good?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, um, let me go back to the agenda. So for this item, it is the hearing for a findings permit application to continue the non-conforming side setback by Denise Ippolito at 488 Elm Street, map ID 23D-025, and the record ID is LU-26-5. Just like the last item, this is a findings permit requiring a simple majority vote of 2 out of 3 members. It's a discretionary permit for which the board must find that the proposed changes are not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming aspects of the house. The applicable code section is 350-9.3A7. Notice of this hearing was published on February 12th and February 19th. And again, I'll ask that anyone who speaks, give your name and address for the record first. And after the applicant has an opportunity to give us a brief description of the application, because we all have the file and have reviewed it, board members will have an opportunity to ask any questions we have of the applicant. And then if there are members of the public, they will have an opportunity to address this application as well. And again, I ask everybody to give their name and address for the record. Notice of this hearing is being recorded, and I think that's it for the formalities. So we could go ahead and ask Ms. Ippolito to just give us a brief description of what it is you're asking for here, please.
Sure. So I have my house. It's a primary residence at 488 Elm Street. And currently it's built 6 feet from the side setback, which is non-conforming, but I'm looking to add a 280 square foot addition, 8 feet from that side setback boundary. Just to add some more space to the house, get a little more living space in there. It's for a primary use for me and my family to live in.
Okay. Thank you. Board members, any questions?
No, just confirming that it will not extend the amount of the nonconformity.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Right. If anything, it looks like it reduces it because it's set back. The addition is set back more than the
Furthermore.
existing.
Yeah, correct.
Good. And Nathan, any other questions from board members first of all? And let me just scroll down in the staff report. I believe there were no comments from any other city departments, Nathan, correct? I'm seeing that in the staff report.
Yep, that's correct. And there were no public comments either.
Good. Are there any members of the public who are here to address this application? Are we seeing anybody? I see somebody called user. If that person would like to speak to this application, I would ask that you electronically raise your hand, or otherwise, can they unmute themselves, Nathan?
I will ask them to unmute, and you can
If you want to.
can change your name too. I turned the renaming feature on, so anybody can rename themselves.
Okay.
Although I have to
Okay.
ask them. Yeah, I asked them to unmute, so that person
Okay.
seems to be not
Yes.
choosing
Okay.
to.
And for the applicant, have you talked to your neighbors? Have you had any feedback? And
Yeah, I've talked to my neighbors, specific about 3 of them. So each one on either side of my house, and then another one down the street. So they're well aware. I've showed them I brought them in the house, showed them the plans, and they seem really supportive of the idea. So
great.
yeah,
And there's no one across the street from you.
correct.
All right. By the way, that's where when we rescue, since we have some time before the next one, we use these have a heart traps and they catch mice in our house. People say we're crazy for that, but we always release them across the street from you
Oh,
because
really?
it's pretty nice and wooded out there. Although I'm told that the life expectancy of a mouse is not long and when it's in the wild. But anyway, that's how I'm familiar with that location.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure I would admit that if I were you, David.
Is that like, I hope that's not illegal.
Well, it's funny in that little spit of land
That
that
wasn't
there's
why I
so
said
much
that.
wildlife. Like I've
Exactly.
seen coyotes walk in there and bobcats, like that little space of
Right.
land is like so
Right.
many
It seems, well, actually with those predators there, it's probably not so good to be a mouse, but take that under advisement in the future. So, all right.
I was only making that comment not because of legality or illegality, just because of our person here might not appreciate mice being
Oh,
released
all
across
right.
the street
I
from her.
was, I did think, oh, okay, so they come right into my basement.
Yeah,
No,
really.
as a matter of fact, I don't think I'm releasing it far enough because mice have like radar, and they say you have to release it like 5 miles away, or it will make its way back to
Oh,
your house.
God. Oh.
Um, I know. Most people say just use a regular trap. So, all right, moving on. Okay, I will also appreciate that response, and I will no longer do that.
Well, for
So
the record, we're just going to note that David is a softie.
yeah, this does not need to be in the minutes at all. Let's see. I guess if there's no members of the public and no more questions from the board, and nothing else that the applicant wants to add, I'm fine with this. Just so you know,
I'm fine with
I'm going
this.
with it. So you don't need to feel like you need to add anything. I guess we can have a motion to close the public hearing, and then after that, a motion on the application.
Aaron, you want to make that motion?
Yeah, I'll move to close the public hearing.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Roll call, please. Oh, you're muted, Nathan.
I was trying to, again, I don't disturb you with my keyboard clicks. The motion to close the public hearing by Aaron and seconded by Elizabeth. By roll call, David,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
and Aaron.
Yes.
Okay, that's unanimous. So the public hearing is closed, so no more comments. Um, the we can have a motion on the application, and then after a second, we can have a discussion just to identify the basis for our decision.
Okay, would you like me to take that, Aaron, or would you like to do it?
Go ahead.
All right. I move that we grant the application for a findings permit for 488 Elm Street, parcel ID 23D-025. I believe that this will be a welcome addition to the neighborhood, that the proposed changes will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing conditions, and that it will benefit the longevity of the housing for this as a principal residence.
Okay, good.
You put all the discussion in the motion.
I know that was easy.
It was going to come back anyway. I knew it was
I know.
coming,
Get it
So
over with.
A second.
telepathic there.
Second. Okay, I don't know that we need. Maureen, any other comments?
No, I actually will have a comment after we close this out because it's on on the same level as the mouse story.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So I guess we'll have a motion. I'm sorry, a roll call vote because we're virtual on the motion to grant the application for the finding permit.
Yes, by roll call, David,
Yes, in favor.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
and Aaron.
Yes.
So that's unanimous. So congratulations.
Hey.
Next steps would be to coordinate with Nathan's office and also the building inspector. There's a 20-day appeal period that runs from not today, but from when the decision is delivered to the city clerk. And I'm sure the building inspector will explain that as well. And then you just coordinate with the building inspector in terms of pulling building permits to start the work. But this takes care of this threshold requirement.
Yay.
Yeah,
Okay.
good luck with the project.
Yeah, I'm
Congrats.
so excited. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now I'm ready for the second mouse.
Good luck.
So
Thank
hi Denise, Ms.
Hi.
Ippolito. I have a good friend lived in that house 20 plus years ago.
Oh, really?
And so I knew the house fairly well. Lovely house, really lovely house.
I love it too.
But I will suggest you talk with your builder about the land out back because there was a serious flooding incident where they lost a whole lot of yard and trees that came down when there was a tremendous amount of rainfall coming down the hill from behind Cooley and then going across the street. The street collapsed.
Oh my.
Maybe the DPW has done some work on that, possibly, but I think you should really just double check about the integrity and stability of the land behind the house where you intend to build this.
Oh, like on my property?
On your property,
Okay.
her land collapsed behind the house.
Really?
That's worse than the mouse story.
It's not a mouse story, right? And
Um,
like I'm saying, it's 20 plus years ago, but it was devastating to her because it was not covered by insurance.
oh my God.
So
Yeah, so there
I
has
would
been
just
some flooding stuff back there.
so
In the
just make
hills.
sure it's not like wetland that's not official wetland.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you ask? The builder?
You should just talk to the builder, maybe talk to the DPW, just get some confirmation that you're doing everything you can to anticipate any kind of, wet land back there that the incident might reoccur.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
If I may chime in briefly,
Yes.
yeah, and it's obviously it's more cost, but if you want more professional opinion, you can ask an engineering firm for a wetland consultant. Um, they can do wetland delineation and do some more engineering investigation. Obviously, it has more cost involved.
Yeah. Okay.
And no,
Thank
it's
you.
not like on the level of the mouse story. It's simply that it's totally not in our purview.
No, but I
I just
appreciate you
kept
sharing
telling
that
you
because
that.
it is a concern for sure.
Yeah, and I've noticed in that field next to that open field that there's, when it rains substantially, there's some puddling, a substantial amount of puddling.
Yeah, wait, which open field? The one behind the house?
No, not behind it. As you continue up Elm Street toward Florence,
On the
Yeah.
street.
where
Yeah,
the
street.
tower thing
The
is.
radio tower
Oh,
is.
the
Yes.
radio
Yeah,
tower.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because it's so open there.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm sure your builders will be able to deal with that.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely need to look into that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck with the project.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, enjoy.
Thank
and it
you.
is a lovely house.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cute. I love it. All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 So we have 6 minutes before wasn't it 6:20? Let me look for
Yeah,
the next.
620,
Yes.
that's correct, David.
Yeah.
Um,
Two people just joined. One's named Info and the other one's named Janet Alves. So I'm not super familiar with their names, but
I,
um,
be I
you
believe
can
Janet
raise
House
your.
lives on the property.
I'm gonna ask you to unmute if you or raise your hands. I don't know if you're the applicants or not.
this is for the
Nathan,
hearing.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I said
Yes.
yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is actually Janice Toddy, not Janet Elfs.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
But it's 29 Fort Street. It's next up at 620.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
And
rename.
info's Mitch, Nathan. It's
Oh,
Mitch.
okay, okay. You can rename yourselves if you want, but I'll just rename it for you.
I'm not an advanced
Well, Janice, Toddy.
user.
And then there is somebody called user
Yeah, but the person has not.
raised their hand.
Yeah, no.
They might just be watching the proceedings.
Sorry, Mitch. What's your last name again?
Parker.
Oh, Mitch Parker. Yeah.
And
So
based on the fact that I may have some chance of my Wi-Fi cutting out again, I would be very comfortable having Aaron be our third voting person
okay.
in this so that we don't avoid any potential Maureen freezing up, disappearing.
Okay. Thank you. We do have 5 minutes though to we could take a 5-minute break. We're not allowed to start till 6:20 because that's the notice published for the hearing to start at 6:20. We could take. Do you want to reconvene in 4 minutes? Just take a little break, or
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go get a glass of water. I'll be right back.
okay? Okay, thanks. So we'll be at 6:20 sharp. We'll start up.
And I'm gonna make Mitch and Janice co-hosts, so you can freely mute and unmute.
Hey, Janice, hello.
She might be away.
I was muted. Hi, Aaron.
Oh,
How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. Long time.
Yeah, fancy meeting you here.
Very fancy.
oh, and Janice, do you have two N's in your name rather than one? Should-
Sorry, what, Nathan?
Janice, your name, I might have misspelled it. Is it Janis or Jannis?
It's Janis.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I see.
Thank you.
Yeah. In the application, actually, it's not a big deal, but in the application, yeah, you have two N's for some reason.
Oh,
That's fine. You can yeah, it's just made a little typo by Mitch. That's not a big deal. I can actually correct it.
All right, 1 minute to go. Let me just call up the agenda so we can, at 6:20, we'll hit the ground running. Okay, 6:20 I'm showing. So this is the February 26th meeting of the Northampton Zoning Board of Appeals. I am David Bloomberg. Joining me on the board are Aaron Irvin, Elizabeth Silver, and Maureen Scanlon. The three voting members will be Elizabeth, Aaron, and myself, because in case Maureen loses her Wi-Fi. And Nathan Chung is here from the city of Northampton, providing staff support. Notice of this hearing, first of all, this hearing is being recorded, and notice of this hearing was published on February 12th and February 19th, 2026. Um, uh, this is the hearing for a special permit application for a rear addition to um, the, I'm not crazy in the I'm not crazy about the word to worsen the non-conforming site setback, but that's what the agenda says. I think it's an alteration or change in the non-conforming site setback by Valley Home Improvement at 29 Ford Street. map ID 38B-184. The record ID is LU26-4. This is a special permit. It requires a supermajority vote, requiring 3 out of 3 members voting in favor to approve it. And that's because it's under 350-9.3A10 instead of A7, and that's because it actually increases a nonconformity versus an alteration or an expansion that does not increase a nonconformity. And the standard that we are to apply in evaluating the request or the special permit application is whether the proposed changes with the new zoning violations are not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing nonconforming aspects of the house. So I will ask that the way we always do this is first the applicant or their representative have an opportunity to present a brief description of the application because we've already read it in the city files. Then the board members will have an opportunity to ask questions. After that, if there are any members of the public who would like to address this application, they will be given that opportunity. I ask that each person who addresses the board give your name and address for the record that we're keeping. And if members of the public would like to comment, all of their comments should be addressed to the board, not to the applicant. And I think I've covered everything. So with that, we'll just ask to hear about the application, please, from the applicant.
Yeah, I think I'll speak, Janice, if that works. So my name's Mitch Parker, and I am a contractor with Valley Home Improvement. Do you need the address for that, or yes?
Yes, please.
Okay, we are located at 340 Riverside Drive in Florence, and I was approached by Janice and Janet to remodel their kitchen and add a first floor bathroom. And part of the remodeling of the kitchen was to create a new space for their laundry, which is currently in the bathroom. Currently in the kitchen. And the design we had is to just extend the house towards the rear. And of course, we got the lot surveyed. And when it came back, just the lot line and the existing house are just slightly out of parallel. So the back of the house came in with the addition being 0.2 feet closer than the existing corner of the house. And yeah, that's the project.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from board members?
No, it's just, I would just make the side comment that it's amazing that a couple of inches could trigger needing a supermajority, but that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd also like to comment how much I appreciate these professional plans and
Yes.
elevations from Valley Home Improvement versus things drawn on the back of a napkin, which are a lot harder for us to visualize.
I ditto that. No.
Any other questions from board members?
I have one. If I got it right, facing the house to the right, very close by, but I think it's on the neighbor's property. There's a magnificent tree. Do I have that right? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, there's
Janice might be better at this. Not that I know of, but they're.
Are you talking about I think it's a fir tree, or are you talking about
Yeah,
the
it's the
tree?
fir tree. It's a fir tree.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a beautiful tree. They were going to cut that down when they built that house, and we begged them not to, and they didn't. But this should not impact that tree.
Right. That was my question because it is magnificent. And
Yeah.
we for long before me, one of our other board members was, among other things, an arborist. And she would often raise our attention to the impact of any work or potential impact of any work on, trees, on significant trees. So I feel like I'm channeling Sarah, but it is, I just was curious because it is on the side where you're going to be doing the work.
Yes.
To find that out. So I'm glad to hear you also admire and respect that tree.
And
And
if I might add, that neighbor wrote a letter of support. Hopefully you got that for the project.
Oh, okay.
She emailed a letter of support.
We did receive that. I wasn't sure where they were in relation to you.
Oh yeah, that's on that side. Thank you.
and also, Nathan, isn't it the case that the city is, and specifically I imagine the building inspector's office has been very strict about requiring protective measures for trees that might be impacted by new construction? I'm always seeing the chain link fences around every tree in the vicinity, or maybe Mr. Parker would be familiar, but it's not. Either way, I guess it's not really relevant to this application.
But I think if it's on private property, then we really don't have any. We ran into that on Corticelli. We don't
Hmm.
have any control over
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
Unless
I know that we don't.
unless it's
Yeah.
on the city's inventory of significant trees.
Oh, okay. All
Like
right.
there's a tree on my property I can't touch without getting
Right.
permission.
Right.
ah,
Mm.
Okay.
Uh,
So,
there
eh,
might be actually, this is something, so in general, if you're doing a by right project that doesn't require additional zoning relief, cutting that you're okay to cut down significant trees, which is about I think it's 20 inches wide at 4.5 feet. You can cut them down without like mitigation efforts. And actually, that's something I did not consider. But when you're doing construction, I think the applicant said that this will not impact it, but the applicant want to make sure that the trees are not impacted by the construction. And I'm realizing this is a type of zoning relief, so it might be possibly be applicable. You want to just make sure you protect the tree when you're doing construction.
mhm.
And typically, if you're doing a large scale planning board project, at the hearing, you're gonna be presenting a tree mitigation plan. It's not a detail I considered, apologize, but I think as long as the tree is protected during the construction, that'll not trigger any, I think, serious issues.
And that tree again is not actually it is on the neighbor's property, correct? But it's still there's still an obligation to protect it, Nathan, or I guess.
I think in general, like even
Yeah.
going beyond local zoning, like in general,
Right.
I think general property law, my
Yeah.
rough impression
No, I
is,
think you're right. Yeah,
yeah,
under common
yeah,
law,
you don't want
tree
to,
law.
yeah, you don't want to harm neighbors' property in
Yeah, yeah,
general.
yeah.
So
Um, okay.
that goes
And
beyond zoning. So.
right, right. Any other questions from board members? And do we no longer have any other parties waiting in the waiting room? Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I guess not. So I'm not seeing any members of the public. Um, I'm personally fine with this proposal. And I think we could entertain a motion to close the public hearing, which means we could get no more comments from the applicant, and that's why I've been suggesting that we give the applicant an idea of like a straw poll. Are we all feeling positive about this? Because if not, the applicant might want to have a more opportunity to answer questions. Are everybody
mm,
feeling pretty good about this?
completely comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron,
As I recall, that neighborhood is already pretty funky and non-conforming all the way around.
densely developed, which does go to the issue of is it more detrimental to the neighborhood because
Hardly.
it's already a very dense area of development.
Yeah.
Good. So with that, maybe we could have a motion.
Motion to close the public hearing?
And
Second.
Aaron second. And because we're virtual, we need a roll call vote. Please,
Okay.
Nathan.
So Elizabeth made the motion and Aaron seconded. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, by roll call, David,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Okay, that's unanimous. So the public hearing is closed. Now we could entertain a motion to approve the application for the special permit as presented.
You want to give this a shot, Aaron?
I move that we approve the application for the special permit at 49 4th Street as presented.
Right. Was that 29? Or did you say 29 4th Street?
I said 49, but I meant 29.
Yeah, 29 4th Street. Good. Good.
I will second that.
Okay, that's second in discussion.
I think we've already indicated all of our comfort with this, that this is a project that would not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing conditions, and that it creates longevity on a residential place, and the amount of setback that the disturbance of the amount of setback, I think we're talking about 2 inches, which is insignificant in my opinion.
Okay. Good. And I guess with that, we could have Nathan, anything else, or are we ready for a vote on the motion to grant the special permit?
Think, yeah, so I just had to note it that it's not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing conditions. It creates longevity on a residential place. I quoted Elizabeth directly. And lastly, the 2-inch setback, I noted 2-inch setback encroachment is insubstantial. So yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Instead of longevity on the residential place, which seems a little vague, do we mean it'll enhance the functionality of the residential dwelling, or what did we mean by that?
I like the word enhance. I'm not sure about functionality. The use of the property.
It'll enhance the use of the property for residential purposes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good.
Okay, great. Yep. All right. Okay.
It'll make it easier to do the laundry.
Sorry, what was that, Aaron?
I said it'll make it easier to do the laundry.
Or
Don't
whatever
put
else
it
you
in.
want to do.
Right. I appreciate that your comment, your observation, David, because longevity is like longevity of what or who.
Right. Okay. So with that one modification to the record or comments, Nathan,
Yeah. Yep.
I think we could have a roll call vote on the granting the application.
Okay. So I'll take a roll call. By roll call, David,
Yes, in favor.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
and Aaron.
Yes.
Okay, that's unanimous. Congratulations. Good luck with the project.
Yes. Good luck.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Have a great
Thank
night.
you. Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you very much.
Have fun.
So we've the only thing I guess we're not going to get to the board now is the vote on chair and vice chair and so on, because I think we wanted to do that with all board members present, or were we saying that might never be possible? I don't. Oh, I know. We were going to vote, but then we'd sort of we'd ratify the vote when we have Sherry available. Is that what we said?
I think that's what Nathan was proposing, that we do the vote anyway, and that if there are any problems, we can revisit it. If Sherry has any problems later, we can revisit.
Okay.
Is that okay with everyone, or do we want to wait for Sherry?
Scenario makes sense to me.
Go ahead. Okay.
Then I nominate David as chair.
I was going to nominate Elizabeth or Maureen or Aaron.
You're doing such a great job.
I will second, like, what's procedure here? I will second nomination for David as chair and Elizabeth as vice chair. Can we group that?
I guess. I mean, or I don't know. Should it be a separate? Maybe we'll do chair, and then Maureen, you could nominate Elizabeth
Sure.
separately. I'm not sure it matters. But
Might be simpler in some ways to have 2 separate motions.
that's
So
what I'm
Okay.
thinking. It
Yeah.
feels a little bit cleaner.
Okay, so Elizabeth already nominated David as chair.
Right. So I guess, do we need a second on that? It's a little fuzzy here what we need to do.
We could do this by acclamation, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if we need a second to do it by acclamation or not, but
I don't know what that means.
by acclamation, it's just, you don't have to take a vote or a roll call. It's just
We all say
everybody,
yes.
everybody agrees, yes,
Unless Nathan
No.
says we do because we're virtual.
because we're virtual, right? That always.
yeah, I think I know it's a formality. It might be safer to second and then just do a roll call vote for.
Okay, sounds good.
So anybody seconding that motion where Elizabeth nominated David as the chair?
I'll second, as long as I'm not frozen. I'll second.
Yeah, we heard you. Good.
Okay, by roll call, David?
Do I vote on this? Well, if I do, yes.
Elizabeth?
Yes, yes. And if he can't, then I'm a yes, yes.
Uh, well, you get one vote.
I know.
Maureen
Yes.
and Aaron?
Yes.
Okay, now we can, that's unanimous. Now we could have a motion to elect Elizabeth as the vice chair.
Unless somebody else wants it.
Unless somebody else wants it.
No,
I will move
Elizabeth,
to
you're doing
elect
a great
Elizabeth
job.
as vice chair.
um, eh, eh, um, oh, I guess can I second a motion? I guess I can.
Well, this is not, I think Aaron can probably
Okay, Aaron
do it
could,
just because
Yeah,
we're all
second.
voting on this,
Second
right?
that.
This is not
Yeah, right.
confined to the
right.
three
Second.
members, regular members.
So yeah, not confined to regular members. So yeah, Aaron seconded. So as Maureen nominated Elizabeth as the vice chair.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Aaron seconded. Okay. Any well, do you discuss, or you wish to discuss, or you want me to take a roll call?
I think just roll call, right? The
Okay.
one thing I might say is that we really do want to start to think about some sort of succession planning. Not that anything's going to happen imminently. So I'll just say to the extent that Aaron or Maureen, it might be tricky with Aaron unless someone is missing, but it would be good for people to, I believe we have the power to, at a given meeting, to vote to have somebody act as the acting chair, if only just to get that experience. So I'm just, and I've talked separately with people about this, but it's something to think about. And maybe I sent an email to Nathan about maybe gathering up some informational materials for the board members, because historically it's always just been, and I suppose we're supposed to put this discussion on as an agenda item, but this is comments before we take this vote. We've all effectively, by default, everybody has had to sort of learn on the job on this board. And I was thinking it might be useful to gather up some educational materials about what it is we do here and what the basis of our authority is and so on. And we can put all of that on a future agenda as a separate item. But I just wanted to sort of ask people to think about that a little bit for now, including maybe if anyone wants to volunteer to handle, even if it's not a whole meeting, one agenda item in a meeting as the acting chair. I don't think there's any reason we can't do that. And that way people can start sort of getting that kind of experience. But with those comments, unless there are any others, we can just have a roll call vote on the motion to appoint Elizabeth as the vice chair.
The only thing I might add is that when I first started, I don't know how many years ago now, we used to do findings at 4 o'clock before the regular meeting at 5:30. And those findings were um, relatively perfunctory, although I have to say the first finding I handled was very contentious and unusual, but
Except when it's not.
yeah, except when it's not. But it typically had been, and it seems like we haven't had those at all for a very, very long time. And I don't know if that's because of any change or because those have not come up before us.
Or because
Um,
we're remote. Maybe is it because we're remote?
I don't know.
But
It
what's
might
good
be something to
practice?
actually, Nathan, to run back by Carolyn to see how that transition happened, because there are some things that I think, we have the benefit, and I think we could vote on the motion at hand right now and still have this discussion.
Yeah.
But I have seen there's a few things procedurally that I think have shifted that I'm not sure were intentional or not, but like I think it would be helpful to bring us all up to sort of the same page on protocol and procedure, because that would be beneficial to everyone in terms of looking forward a succession plan.
And I agree. The reason that I even raised these 4 o'clock findings is that we used to rotate. And so you were just sort of thrown
Yeah,
feet into the fire,
it was good practice
It
because
was great.
you were handling the whole hearing in lieu of the full board, each one
Right.
of us.
Right. And usually, at that point, it was before Nathan and Carolyn would sit with you just to, make sure that everything
Keep us
went
out of trouble.
smoothly. So it was a good way of getting some quick practice about running a hearing and made you, I think, less intimidated by the thought of doing that. So I raised that because I didn't know if, for example, the first 2 hearings that we had today might have been accomplished like that or not.
And they just required one member, right?
Yes,
That's the
correct.
whole point.
I was not a full member at the time, so I was never, actually I showed up at one because I didn't understand
I wasn't a
what
full
it
member when
was.
I did those findings either.
Oh, really?
Really.
I
So
think
I
we
was
just
like,
rotated.
Carolyn looked at me like, what are you doing here?
Hmm.
Because there was already, maybe Sarah was presiding or something. But yeah,
No.
there was a lot of, you learn as you go. And I think that there's some balance of uh, shoring us all up in addition to learning as you go.
Yeah. No, I think this is a great conversation and a great topic to put on an agenda. And we might even consider doing this on a day we don't have hearings, just to have more of an opportunity to work through it
Mhm.
and have some specific presentations or conversations, if people are interested in that. But back to the matter at hand.
Yeah,
Bernard,
I
we
I
have
will
a,
maybe send out some information and maybe see we can. I think this can be outside of like a formal meeting because just training. I'll discuss with Carolyn. Yeah, and yeah, so I'll take a roll call for now, and I'll work on trying to get something together for you.
Great. Than's, Nathan.
that's a
Okay.
good start.
Are you ready for a roll call?
I
I
think
think
so.
so.
This is the motion Maureen made, where Elizabeth is the chair and Aaron seconded.
Vice Chair,
Vice
please.
chair, excuse me, vice chair. It's nomination of Elizabeth as a vice chair by roll call. David,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Okay.
you
Sure,
can,
yes. Sure, yes.
okay, and
Whatever.
Maureen
Yes.
and Aaron.
Yes,
Good. And definitely want to bring
Do I
Sharon.
do I get a medal?
yes.
Sorry.
And a secret handshake.
Sparkles.
They're like the English, the British mayors who have those
Right.
chains or those things or those collars.
Those
Yeah.
color-coded collars. Yeah.
Okay, so
All right, motion to
nothing else.
adjourn?
Yes,
I
please.
think we're good.
Mhm.
Okay. Motion to adjourn. Who's seconding? Who's seconding the motion?
Elizabeth made it. Aaron seconded. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Aaron. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay.
I didn't do it
Okay.
before.
Motion to adjourn. By roll call. David,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes,
Maureen,
Yes.
and Aaron.
Yes.
we hope you feel
Unanimously.
better,
Thank you
Nathan.
very much.
Yes.
Take
Feel
care of
better.
yourself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll let Sherry know about the results. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
sounds good. So we are not going to be seeing each other till April probably, unless we do any training thing before then.
Right. Okay. Have a good.
Good.
It'll be spring then.
Yay. Yeah,
Yay.
next week.